Nothing.
Oh.
Nothing. 74 gosh. I don't even know what I got. Too bad I didn't program the Walmart to send her off to Portland or something. We're getting this beautiful tour of a V8 Packard.
Be nice.
Well, we'll do a little bit more quickly this time.
Be nice.
I don't know if I got that lamp illuminated. It was kind of, I don't know if I got the sticker. I'll have to repeat these things really quickly. Yeah, I got that little lamp. I wonder if it's a Russian light bulb or a communist light bulb. Yeah. Ground strap because we got a plastic or phenoloic resin.
Probably.
Greasable water pump.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was all old technology.
Yeah. But how often do you see a Packard? Or 55 would this be?
Yeah, we have one on displayed out the house. But yeah.
Clunk. It's in really good shape.
Yeah, it's a nice old car.
And the interior, big chrome door handles with a cover over the lock. The old rotating gear latch. Flat floor. Big old hinges. The cable for the hood is marked K-A-N-O.
Yeah, somebody pulled the other cable above it trying to open the hood and tore it up.
Oh, I see that. That's a vent probably.
I don't know what it does. I've never used it. I'm kind of funny. I don't touch things when I don't know what they do.
Or you use a very light touch.
Yeah.
65,000 kilometers, 40,000, 35,000 miles.
Yeah.
No day-night rear view mirror. One courtesy lamp, no reading lamps in the back. Huh. Very, very power windows. It's a throwback to 1955, but it's a 1974.
I understand they made them clear up to 89 or something.
Really? Of course we don't.
I don't know for certain. That's what people have told me, right up to the end of the Cold War.
I wonder how it escaped.
Airflow, Chrysler, unrestored, all original old car.
And a black one too, with a black interior. Is it?
I'm colorblind.
Hard to say here. And we've got the patinaed 48 DeSoto Suburban sedan that was used as a movie prop in the Waltons. Repainted and paint was worn right off of it.
In the Happy Days.
Happy Days.
Yeah.
Not the Waltons.
No, Happy Days.
Happy
That
Days.
was the Cunningham's car in the Happy Days.
What did they use in the Waltons then?
I don't know. I never watched that series. Never watched Happy Days either.
I remember watching Happy Days. I have to think about that. The Cunninghams drove that Suburban Woody. Is it a Woody?
Well,
just a tiny bit of wood.
No,
some strips on the roof.
Yeah. Yeah. Falcon Futura.
Straight six.
So, one year, 63, they sold it as a Falcon Futura, and the next year they sold it as a Mustang.
Compact Falcons, Valiants, and Corvairs introduced 1960 to compete with the Rambler, largest and important Volkswagens. It's a deluxe model too.
Good morning.
Falcon. GTOs. Fleetline Chevrolets, 59, 60s, Buick Grand Sport 400s, bench seats, Chevelle SS, 67 Camaro RS SS 350 with disc brakes, 71 Cutlass.
That's a real General Lee. That was used in the television show.
This example is a real General Lee stunt car used in the TV show.
They never stunted it. The roll bar is just sitting in it.
Between 256 and 321 were made. Between 256, they bought up all the 69 Chargers. Got a few Oldsmobile. Everything's represented here.
Yeah.
Nothing was in
order.
order.
One checker.
68 checker wag. I remember when they used to drive around in New York City with these.
Yeah.
This is a 78 Alfa Romeo Spider, a BMW.
Limousine.
That's a bigger one.
Limousine, yes. Back seat.
Giant size. Stationary engines.
Yeah. Yeah.
67 Rambler, and woo, it's in driver condition.
It's a Rebel SST.
Remember a neighbor of mine had one of those with that inlet.
Yeah.
And this is a heavily modified, is it a George Barris custom?
No, this was built by different people at different times.
56 Buick engine, which is a nailhead with 3 Stromberg 97s with lots of gewgaws and doodads.
Yeah.
Gauges, 2 sets of gauges under the hood.
Oh yeah, there's gauges all over.
Wow. Dual master cylinder. 56 Buick engine, 40 Chevrolet chassis with fiberglass over plywood body. Won Best Hand Built at Motorama in 1962. Created by Russ Lousing. Featured in 1963 Car Calf magazine. I probably have the magazine somewhere.
Then somebody added to it and Then they ended up with a top in it, but the top, you couldn't drive the car with the top in it because you set too high. So they had to cut the top back out of it.
Oh boy. Oops. I like the interior.
Yeah.
Looks like something out of a forklift. It's things you don't really see in a magazine. It's got an
had better seats.
Ilco gas pedal and some trim and some pieces and courtesy lamps and some bark or animal skin. Got some blue Stuart Warner gauges. It's genuine old school.
Yeah. All kinds of things.
Yeah, headrests are kind of ridiculous.
Concorde Sundancer.
A Concorde Sundancer. Never even knew they made one. Never even seen a picture of it.
No, you don't
Like
run into them too often.
Kind of like a Targa Porsche 911.
Yep.
Strap in the convertible roof with these little clamps. A Gremlin. Everybody knows the Gremlins or the Pacers and the Hornets.
And you gotta have a pacer for it.
Gotta have a fishbowl. This is a 6-cylinder because the V8 had a hump in the grill for the 304. Originally designed to use a Wankel rotary engine, just like the Vega was supposed to be a rotary car, just like the Pacer. I'd forgotten about that.
They're old Buicks. Indianapolis car,
And it's the real thing. It's not a replica or a plastic mock-up.
Last year this race was 96, I think.
A Reynard with a 2.65 liter, 750 horsepower engine. That's cranking the engine. Oh boy.
Yeah, it raced 3 years, I was told.
Stock cars, restored cars, survivor cars, minimally restored cars, hot rods.
A few hot rods.
Sun 10 scope motor test.
A dual bubble.
A Fiat Abarth 750. Derelict, body by DERTIC, Dertic?
Double bubble on top.
A double bubble top for those tall folks. Look how small this is. Next to a 917. What is this?
This is a Laser 917. It's a copy of that race car that you sat in the center and drove. A guy built these fiberglass.
Porsche 917 maybe?
Yeah, Porsche 917.
Yeah, it's a good guess, huh?
You could buy them as a kit or you could buy them as a car. This one has a Corvair engine and Corvair driveline.
Really?
So
air cooled, no cooling system.
And it was sold as a car. This
really?
was built by a company in Los Angeles.
Elite Enterprises, designed and manufactured by Elite Enterprises, Cocato, Minnesota. How do you like that? And it's Corvair powered.
Corvair powered.
That is interesting. It's a 74, did you say? Did I read? Yeah, it's got a Corvair engine, late model Corvair engine with a side oil filter.
Yeah, we're not real sure exactly what year the car is.
I guess early 70s.
Yeah.
Would be a good guess.
Yeah, not real sure exactly.
A Fiero, a Wildcat with these beautiful old white and gold striped tires. These are custom built radials. Oh, wide track touring. Huh, made to look old, but they're still old again because everything new is old.
It's old in a while.
Yeah, power windows, buckets, console, tachometer on the console, speed warning. Another Buick.
You have a Fiero, and then you have a Quicksilver. Which is a Fiero.
Kind of looks like a Toronado might have been if it was.
So started life as a Fiero.
Huh, I see it, but not much of it.
Well, the center chunk, the doors are Fiero. You know, it started life as a Fiero. And that Quicksilver, you bought a Fiero for $12,000, you bought a Quicksilver for $52,000.
$52,000.
Or thereabouts. Yeah.
Somewhere I've seen that waterfall grill, kind of like the Lincoln, the Imperial, the Chrysler Imperial.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. There's so much to see here. Like you said, you can't pause and look at anything in particular because you'll never get through.
Never get through.
Vega, Cosworth, and Corvairs, and Packards, and MGs, and Buicks, and Chryslers, and Woodies, and wagons, and Greenbriers, and campers, and hot rods, and a Chrysler TC by Maserati.
Yeah, high point for Chrysler, low point for Maserati. Buick, Oldsmobiles,
58 special convertible. No other Buick looked like this, stated Buick advertising. top of the line 58 Buick, and what a year it was, with the huge eyebrows over the headlights.
Yeah, the Buick
71.
and the 58 O's both.
Heavy, heavy.
Both were 58.
No more breasts on the.
Plastic yet.
Well, no, this one still had bumper guards. It kind of looked like your best looking girlfriend.
Yeah.
58 and a 58 hardtop, two-door hardtop, 88 dynamic 88. The wagon would have been called the Fiesta. Unbelievable. 39 American Bantam, a Ferrari 308 GTS, Trans Am, a couple of them, an Esprit, Ford, Jeepster, Studebaker with supercharged engine, a two-door hardtop with tinted glass, supercharged. Presidential limousine, Chryslers, Fords, Corvairs, Mercury Bobcat, Cougars, Fords.
Chevy Vega, Cosworth.
Cosworth, that they tried to introduce that for years. They finally introduced it in '74 with fuel injection. They finally made it to market. $8,900 miles, all original.
Oh, I got a little over 9,000 on it now.
One of 100 painted white. Most were black with a gold stripe.
We don't use this very much because it's all original, but we do use it.
Factory fuel injection in 1976. It had been 11 years since the Corvette last had fuel injection, and 11 more years till they'd introduce it on the Chevy pickup, but they had it on the Cadillac Seville. They had an Olds engine with mechanical fuel injection that was, a friend of mine had one.
Pretty good fit.
Cadillac Seville. And it ran crappy. They could never get it to run right. It hesitate.
Yep.
A little more fuel trimmed into it. 258 Chevys. The 1 year only car.
Yep.
Muppet Tri-5, 1 year only body style. 59 got lower and longer and wider.
7 was a 56 warmed over.
Yep. Yep.
Glass top Mercury.
Oh, the Skyliner. Sunliner. Sunliner.
Valley.
Mercury Sun Valley or a Ford Skyliner.
Over there I have
Sunliner.
a 54 glass top Ford over in that row.
And this is just one building out of how many buildings?
Oh, I don't know. We have to have 20-some kicking around. Maybe more. We got a couple thousand cars.
Yeah.
Probably
66?
1,600 that are showable.
I like the ones in the junkyard where you open the door and it goes, brake. That's convertible.
That's a convertible. Just an old used car.
Yeah.
Long ways from perfect. But
drive in. Oh, this is where the door button belongs on every single car.
yeah.
Why did they put it over here? The rental that I have now, when the door button goes down automatically, it pinches your arm.
If you're in the way of it, yeah.
Put the button in the front where it belongs.
Yeah, where you can reach it.
That's a 50 Chevy. GTO 1966 with the hooded taillights. They opened them up in 67.
One belly button car.
Automatic. Low and long and sleek. Skylark GS 400. 68 Chevelle 327. The Futura Mustang Ranchero.
And then the next year it was a Mustang.
Oh, that's the one with the window where the vent window went down.
Yep.
I didn't get that on the video. When you roll down the window, the vent window went with it.
Unless you have the vent window open.
If it's ajar, the vent window stays in place. Windshield opens, of course. Who'd ever know that? Yep. Chrysler. Looks like a funeral car with those old headlights and the sort of an opera lamp in front. 35 Chrysler airflow styling wasn't well accepted. Suicide doors and the windshield opens. And the vent window stays in place when you roll down the little window. What a small window that is.
We've been down that road.
Whoop. Whoop. I got lost here. These are old Michelin X radials. I've got them on my Corvair, and I've got the original bill of sale. The tires are total junk, but I've got them.
You got the necking knob built into the steering wheel.
Spinner.
Built into.
Oh, right. So you get your arm around your honey,
Yep.
and it's got a necking knob built right in. That is amazing.
And This is just an old original
Crestline.
Crestline.
Skyliner. Crestline model, the Skyliner option.
Yep.
Hang your arm out the door like that.
Yeah.
And it's got a glass. I remember seeing these in a lane in Albany when I was going to school there. Just sitting there in the lane, abandoned. I said, wow, glass roof, that's got to be so rare. And what did I know as a 16-year-old kid?
Yeah.
54 Crestline Skyliner.
Yeah.
Skyliner equals Crestline Victoria Coupe with transparent green tick plexiglass roof. 4 sales with same price as the Sunliner.
That's one of my cars.
Yeah.
In fact, the Mustang, or the one behind it, both